Alpine's Hemp Company. Gummies, seltzers, syrups, and more. Treat yourself to the best.
I'm Rob Eastwood here on the WHKY News. Let's take a look back now at some of the top crime stories we had for you during the week of December 1st through the 5th.
All righty, thanks, Rob. Well, Morganton police say a Burke County man is facing multiple charges, including felony kidnapping. 25-year-old Aaron Donnell Avery of Poplar Street in Morganton turned himself in early Monday morning. Police say Avery is charged with felony kidnapping, assault on a pregnant woman, and crime of domestic violence. Authorities say he surrendered himself around 2 a.m. Monday, was booked into the Burke County Jail. His bond is set at $75,000. And over to Stony Point, a woman is facing several charges after her arrest in Alexander County. 36-year-old Keela Michelle Spears was arrested Tuesday by Alexander County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say she was served with Iredell County warrants for assault with a deadly weapon, vandalism, damage to real property, and crime of domestic violence. Spears was booked into the Alexander County Detention Center while she awaits transfer back to Iredell County. I'm David Cedrone for WHKY News.
A Burke County man was reportedly caught with a stolen vehicle in Alexander County. 26-year-old Ethan Trey Kistler of Hildebrand was arrested today by Alexander County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, possession of methamphetamine, maintaining a vehicle for use of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, operating a commercial vehicle with no operator's license, and open container of alcohol. Early this morning, the Alexander County Sheriff's Office received a tip that a vehicle reported stolen might be making its way to a location in Alexander County. Following this information, officers canvassed the area in an effort to find the vehicle. They found it and conducted a traffic stop on Eichard Ridge Road. During the stop, officers identified the suspect as Kistler, who was also found to have outstanding warrants out of Burke County. Kistler was placed in the Alexander County Detention Center without bond. His first court appearance is set for December 8th.
A suspect has been charged with vehicle theft. 30-year-old Hayden Kyle Batisto was arrested Saturday by Hickory police officers. He's charged with felony larceny of a motor vehicle. Batisto was brought to the Catawba County Detention Facility under $7,500 bond. A Stanley County court date is scheduled for Monday, December 1st. Also, a Newton man is charged with drug and theft offenses. 35-year-old Anthony David Lynn, who is listed as a homeless person from Newton, was arrested Friday by Newton police officers. He's charged with felony possession of Schedule II controlled substance, misdemeanor larceny, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Lynn was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $3,000 bond. A district court date was scheduled for December 1st. And a Hickory man charged with drug offense. 44-year-old Roderick Ricole Ramsewer of Lynchburg Road in Hickory was arrested Saturday by Hickory police officers. He's charged with felony possession of Schedule II controlled substance. Ramsewer was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $2,500 bond. A district court date was scheduled for December 1st. Much more from the crime report at WHKY.com. I'm Ariana Mack. A man is charged with a string of vehicle break-ins. 41-year-old Sidney Truesdale of Matthews was arrested by Troutman police officers. He's charged with 8 counts of felony break or enter a motor vehicle, 1 count of felony larceny, 5 counts of misdemeanor larceny, and 8 counts of property damage. On November 28th, officers responded to several reports of vehicles being broken into in areas around the Iredell County Fairgrounds. The vehicles had windows damaged by the suspect, allowing the suspect to gain access. The driver, Sidney Truesdale, was found to be in possession of some items reported stolen during the incidents on the previous day. In addition to the Iredell County charges, he was served with outstanding warrants taken by the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department for breaking and entering a motor vehicle. Truesdale was ordered to be held in custody without bond. Before this arrest, Truesdale was out of jail on pretrial release for more than 40 previous charges of breaking and entering motor vehicles and possession of a firearm by a felon in Mecklenburg County. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Ariana Mack.
A Caldwell County woman is charged with fleeing from police in Catawba County. 32-year-old Megan Ryan Chapman of Granite Falls was arrested by the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. She's charged with offenses including felony flee to elude arrest with a motor vehicle and possession of a stolen motor vehicle in Catawba County. Chapman was jailed in the Catawba County detention facility under $25,500 bond. A district court date was scheduled in Catawba County on Tuesday.
A Boone woman is facing drug charges after a weekend arrest in Catawba County. Deputies say 43-year-old Angela Jean Otten of Sampson Road was taken into custody over the weekend on Saturday. She is charged with possession of methamphetamine. She was booked into the Catawba County Detention Center under a $10,000 secure bond. Her first court appearance is set for December 18th. And a Newton man is in jail under no bond after deputies say they found drugs and uncovered several other violations during his arrest. 55-year-old Steve Brent Kazai of South Gauthier Ave was arrested Monday by the Catawba County Sheriff's Office. Kazai is charged with possession of methamphetamine, 3 counts of misdemeanor larceny, driving while license revoked, open container, and operating vehicle with no insurance. He was taken to the Catawba County Detention Facility, held without bond. Kazai is scheduled to appear in court today. I'm David Cedrone for WHKY News.
3 suspects are charged in connection to an embezzlement case. 51-year-old Sharon Klinger Rawlings, 51-year-old Shane Adam Rawlings, and 22-year-old Marissa Jade Rawlings Alagrati, all of Dowell Road in Olin, were arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. Sharon Rawlings is charged with felony counts of embezzlement over $100,000, embezzlement involving a credit card, and accessing a computer to defraud. Shane and Marissa were each charged with felony counts of conspiracy to obtain property by false pretense and obtaining property by false pretense. They're charged in connection to a case in which Sharon Rawlings allegedly embezzled more than $179,000 in funds from a northern Iredell County business between June of 2019 and August of this year. She's also accused of making more than $18,000 in unauthorized purchases on company credit cards. Full details on the case at our website.
Well, Hickory man's facing some serious charges after being arrested on Monday. 31-year-old Mayan Dijon Hector of Riverview Drive was taken into custody by Catawba County Sheriff's deputies on December 1st. Investigators say Hector is charged with false imprisonment and assault on a female. He was booked into the Catawba County Detention Facility under no bond. And a Newton man was arrested Monday on multiple assault charges. Police say 37-year-old Garrison Sanders Jeffries of Mount Olive Church Road was taken into custody by Maiden officers on December 1st. Jeffries is charged with assault by strangulation and assault on a female. He was booked into the Catawba County Detention Facility under no bond. I'm David Cedrone for WHKY News.
A Burke County man has been jailed in Catawba County on theft and probation violation charges. 33-year-old Thomas Lee Sherrill of Hidden Night was arrested Tuesday by Alexander County Sheriff's officers. He was served Wilkes County warrants for felony larceny and larceny from a coin-operated machine. During the arrest process, Sherrill was found to be in possession of illegal narcotics. Sherrill was placed in the Alexander County Detention Center without bond. Also, a Taylorsville man has been charged with a vehicle break-in. 20-year-old Jeremiah Jr. Broom of Taylorsville was arrested Monday by Taylorsville police officers. He's charged with felony breaking and entering to a motor vehicle with theft. Broom was also arrested on November 8th and charged with attempted breaking and entering, communicating threats, and assault on a female. He was jailed without bond in the Alexander County Detention Center. And a Burke County man charged with malicious conduct by a prisoner. 36-year-old Byron Darius Elrod of US 70 East in Rutherford College was arrested Sunday by Burke County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony malicious conduct by a prisoner, along with misdemeanor counts of assault on a government officer or employee and resist, delay, or obstruct a public officer. The warrant was served on Elrod at the Burke County Jail shortly before 3 a.m. Sunday. He was being held in jail under $36,000 secured bond. His next court date is scheduled for January 5th. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Ariana Mack. A Catawba County man recently released from prison was arrested in Alexander County. 42-year-old Jeffrey Allen Bortz of Claremont was arrested Wednesday by authorities in Alexander County. He's charged with parole violation. Bortz was released from prison in July after serving 41 months for felony larceny of a motor vehicle and felony possession of Schedule II controlled substance. He was placed in the Alexander County Detention Center without bond. Also, a Hickory man charged with drug, breaking and entering, and trespassing offenses. 38-year-old Christopher Allen Randolph of Twin Brook Road in Hickory was arrested Wednesday by Catawba County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with possession of methamphetamine, misdemeanor breaking or entering, and second-degree trespass. Randolph was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $5,000 bond. A district court date was scheduled for December 4th. And meth possession charge has been lodged against a Hickory man. 48-year-old Jonas Daniel Eisenhower of 6th Avenue Southeast in Hickory was arrested Wednesday by Conover police officers. He's charged with possession of methamphetamine. Following the arrest, Eisenhower was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under no bond. A district court date was scheduled for December 4th. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Ariana Mack.
A Conover man received a prison sentence of 6 to 8 years following a drug trial in Catawba County. 47-year-old Jordan Ashley Abernathy was sentenced after he was found guilty of multiple drug offenses by a jury to conclude a 2-day trial in Catawba County Superior Court. That trial wrapped up Wednesday. Abernathy was found guilty of trafficking fentanyl by possession and transportation, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver Schedule II controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was also fined $500,000. The jury deliberated for approximately an hour before returning its verdict. Abernathy was the passenger in a vehicle during a traffic stop February 27th of 2023. A K-9 alerted to the presence of drugs in the vehicle, and a pencil box was found between the seat and door on the side where Abernathy was sitting. The box contained various drug items, including syringes, Narcan, digital scales, and multiple bags of drugs, including pills, rock-like substances, and powder. When tested by the state crime lab, it was determined the defendant had a trafficking amount of fentanyl.
Lincolnton woman is facing multiple drug charges after a midweek arrest by Catawba County Sheriff's deputies. Deputies say 59-year-old Sonia Jones Netter of Carla Court in Lincolnton was taken into custody Wednesday, December 3rd. Netter is charged with possession of methamphetamine, felony maintaining a vehicle or dwelling or place for controlled substance, along with misdemeanor possession of Schedule II and III substances. Authorities also say she was cited for a canceled, revoked, or suspended certificate or tag. Netter was booked into the Catawba County Detention Facility under a $10,000 bond. Her district court date is set for December 18th. And a Hickory woman is jailed tonight after officers say she's connected to a habitual larceny case. The 53-year-old Melissa Ann Muncie, no address listed, was arrested Monday, December 1st by Hickory police. Muncie faces charges of habitual larceny and second-degree trespass. Following her arrest, police say she was taken to the Catawba County Detention Facility. She's being held under a $3,000 bond. Her district court date scheduled for December 29th. More details will be released as the investigation continues. I'm David Cedrone for WHKY News.
A suspect who has been arrested multiple times recently has been taken into custody again. 33-year-old James Edward Cook was arrested by Alexander County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony breaking and entering and second-degree trespass. The Alexander County 911 Center received a report of a silver vehicle and male subject breaking into a residence on Taylorsville MFG Road. Officers responded to the location Thursday and discovered the front door of the residence standing open. Cook was arrested at the scene. He has been arrested 4 times since mid-September. Taylorsville police charged Cook on September 23rd with felony possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was detained by Taylorsville officers September 17th and charged with possession of meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and traffic offenses. He was also jailed September 13th by the Alexander County Sheriff's Office and charged with felony larceny of a motor vehicle and vandalism with damage to personal property. Cook was transported to the Alexander County Detention Center following this most recent arrest and was being held without bond. A first appearance in Alexander County District Court is scheduled next Monday. A man is charged with shooting into a home. 30-year-old Alexander Carpenter of Morganton was arrested by Morganton public safety officers today. He's charged with felony discharge of a firearm into an occupied dwelling and misdemeanor assault by pointing a gun. At approximately 8 p.m. Thursday, officers responded to the 300 block of Center Street in reference to a report of shots being fired into a residence. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the occupant and confirmed no injuries had occurred. Through further investigation, officers found the suspect, Alexander Carpenter, at a nearby residence early this morning, and they took him into custody. He was placed in the Burke County Jail without bond. A first appearance in court was scheduled today. A Tennessee man is charged in Caldwell County following a reported crime spree. 35-year-old Jacob Daniel Edelman of Harriman, Tennessee, was arrested Thursday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with offenses including auto larceny, 5 counts of possession of a stolen motor vehicle, and felony speeding to elude arrest. The Caldwell County Sheriff's Office reports Edelman was arrested following a multi-county crime spree late Wednesday night that began and ended in Caldwell County. The Caldwell County Communications Center received a 911 call at 7:30 a.m. Thursday from a resident of Granite Falls who told dispatchers her Volkswagen Passat was just stolen from Hillside Avenue and there was a tracker in place on the vehicle. Deputies spotted the Passat traveling north on Highway 321 in Granite Falls and began a pursuit that continued through Deal Mill Road into the Oak Hill community to Wilkesboro Boulevard. Stop sticks were deployed, damaging the tires near Starcross Road, but Edelman continued driving. He eventually came to a stop near Chick-fil-A and was taken into custody just before 8 a.m. According to the Sheriff's Office, Edelman is believed to be responsible for more incidents that occurred in Ashe, Wilkes, and Burke counties. A search resulted in the arrest of a man on multiple drug charges. 36-year-old David Lawrence Young II was arrested Thursday by Morganton Public Safety. He's charged with possession with intent to sell or deliver methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, possession of Schedule 6 controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Shortly before 11 a.m. Thursday, Morganton Public Safety officers assisted Burke County probation officers in conducting a probationary search on Young, who was on active probation. A search of Young's hotel room resulted in the discovery of 12.8 grams of meth, a small amount of marijuana, and various items of drug paraphernalia. Young was arrested and charged. He was transported to the Burke County Jail and booked under a $250,000 secured bond. A Friday court appearance was scheduled.
A Morganton woman with a history of tampering with electronic monitoring equipment is back behind bars after a new arrest in Hickory. Police arrested 35-year-old Ashley Nicole Long on Thursday, December 4th. Long is charged with 2 felony counts of interfering with electronic monitoring device, along with felony probation violation and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Investigators say Long was previously convicted for a similar offense in Catawba County back in April of 2022. She's now being held in the Catawba County Detention Facility under a $60,000 bond. A district court date is set for December 8th. She's also scheduled for Superior Court on January 23rd. No additional details on what led to the latest charges have been released. And in Hickory, Catawba County deputies have arrested a man following a grand jury indictment for drug-related charges. 26-year-old Luke Allen Osborne of 13th Street Southeast was taken into custody. Osborne faces felony charges of possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was booked into the Catawba County Detention Facility under a $4,500 bond. Osborne is due in district court on February 19th. Sheriff's Office has not released information on circumstances leading to the indictments. I'm David Cedroni for WHKY News.
This has been our weekly review of some of the crime stories we had for you during the week of December 1st through the 5th. The weekly summary is posted every Saturday on the WHKY YouTube channel, along with our top stories, the crime report, local sports, and community focus. I'm Rob Eastwood, and thank you for watching the WHKY News.